Hi there, you are going to join Jocelyn and me at the Big Goodwill, and then I'm going to another Goodwill by myself. I walked right in and found these Pyrex Chemex decanters, and then I also found these paper Moravian star ornaments. The Chemex has a little bit of staining, but there are no chips or cracks.
But when am I ever going to find another giant bird on a house?
Never.
Never.
That's the giant bird on the house. Yes, we did see that. Yes, now it's all coming back to me. Yeah. What's this plastic Pokemon thing? There's Pokemon cards in here. There's Pokemon cards. There might be like a $500 Pokemon card in here.
I watched those things online.
Last time I was here, this whole area was filled with stuffed animals, and now they had changed it over to a huge selection of Valentine things. So that was fun to look at, seeing if there's any vintage Valentine things. There was this hobbyist piece. I really liked the style of this bell, and I got it over to my cart, and then I saw that there was a hairline crack right there on the left side of that white bell. So I put it back up on the shelf. And this hobbyist piece was super cute too, but unfortunately she was missing an ear. They had some Easter plush. This is a Stuffies. This rabbit is called Patches. At first I thought it was a puppy dog because I wasn't looking at the tail. And Jocelyn found some Disney plush. There's Pooh Bear and Eeyore. So we decided to split them amongst ourselves. Gave her first pick, and she decided to take Eeyore. And I took 2 Poohs and an Eeyore. They're super cute. They would make I'm going to sell them as a lot, and I think they would make a great little gift for Easter. The one Pooh Bear is from the year 2000, so it's vintage. And so I put them in the cart and went back to the stuffy. Or maybe it's a bunny. Oh, I think it's a bunny rabbit.
That's what I was saying. At first I said dog, and I'm like, no, you said bunny.
That's a zebra.
I'm like, no, you're right. It's definitely a bunny.
It's a zebra. We moved on to the red section, and these Campbell soup mugs, they look like plastic, but they weren't. They were ceramic. That's why I was tapping it, because it just had the look of plastic, but it wasn't. And then in this box was a bunch of Kirby stuff, and I did have a Kirby vacuum cleaner. They weighed so much. They were so heavy. So heavy. And we had one when I was little, and my job was to vacuum the stairs, and I remember having to try and get the handle on the vacuum so you could lug it up. Oh my gosh. And then I went and bought one when we were first married. A door-to-door salesman came and we bought a Kirby vacuum cleaner. They're very heavy. It was like a double workout. I found this box of transparency film, and this brought back some fond memories of teaching with transparency films and making sure you wouldn't smear the ink when you were writing down things. Then I felt that these might have been for an aquarium. Just the one. That other thing was an angel. So I thought that little house was probably for an aquarium. And here we are, very fast. Whoa, in the pink and blue section. I immediately recognized this. I used to knit all of the time. I knit dolls and hats and scarves. And this is a Jean Greenhow design. She is an English designer. I have lots of her pattern books still. Look, here's Fondue, I swear. It's following me.
He's very sweet.
He's very dapper. He's like, I'm dressed.
Is he really a balloon?
No, it's an egg.
Oh, it's an Easter. Of course it is.
It's an
Easter
egg.
bunny.
He's dressed up. He's very serious for serious business. Usually you don't see that. Usually it's like a snowman.
Yeah.
And a wreath. That's neat. It's the year of the tiger this year.
Roller Mills Antique Wall. I think it had $18 on it.
What?
So
There you go, get that.
It's a fun, funky pattern.
That is
made
fun.
from fabric. Fab product. Fab is for fabric.
Made in Canada. I thought these were interesting. It would have been neat if there was more fruit, but they just had the 2 pieces of watermelon. And then Jocelyn found this piece and asked me to look it over to make sure there weren't any chips to it. It was a very fun looking piece with her bottles in her hair. And then here was a Mr. and Mrs. Claus frog plush for $1.99 each. They were hanging out in the aisle, which is kind of like a hodgepodge of things. Sometimes there's cookware back there, and sometimes it's things that I think people change their mind and they just stick it back here.
Oh my God, you spotted it.
Let's look.
I cannot believe that You just spotted that.
I spotted this.
Oh my god.
Jocelyn.
Oh my god. It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
That's, oh my god, it was $6.99. So worth it. Like, no brainer right there. That's fantastic.
After I found that beautiful vase, we walked around the corner and Jocelyn found this really nice Czechoslovakian coffee pitcher. And then I found this little basket. The bottom is kind of loose, but it sits very nicely. And I like the vintage look to it. And then there is this sign that has come in very handy this past week. I like to just hold it up and say, big deal if Jenny doesn't want to do her work or set the table. Here are some tourist pieces, probably souvenirs from Rome. Almost thought that they were Harmony Kingdom, but they were not. And then I wasn't quite sure what this box was, but I think that was incense, and that was the incense burner, that flower thing in the middle, and it was still in the carrying case. And then this piece here, right there, we have Landis Valley Museum, and this looks like something that they would sell in the gift shop. I decided to leave that there for somebody else, and we are investigating the rest of the white aisle.
So we are checking this aisle that I've already been down, but the proof is in the Monterey.
Is that why you missed this?
Yeah, I don't, you know me, Empire. I saw it. I was aware of it.
Oh, it's very scratched. Did I almost hit you with the hamper? I'm sorry.
You did.
Is that why you put your hand up? Sorry. Oh, it's very scratched.
It's still there too.
Yes. He's wondering if you're going to break him out of that frame.
I was thinking about it.
There's nothing in there. It's just foam. We seriously thought about freeing the frog from its frame because I think it was only $1.99. But then we remembered that the frog had a crack on its leg. So that is why we did not rescue the frog this time. We're continuing to look down the white aisle. Here, this was made in Germany, and it had a dove on the front. That reminded me of baptism or First Communion with the dove and the rays. I thought that was very pretty. Here's some pickup sticks. That's a fun game to play. And then this was a really pretty nut bowl made in Japan. They're very nice. They also would come with smaller cups that are the same shape as the larger one. And here are some coffee mugs that Jocelyn decided to pick up. And then I found this hobbyist piece, and it matches a larger, it's the same style of a larger bunny rabbit that I have for sale. So I decided to take the larger bunny's listing down, and they are now paired together. And you will see what they look like together at the end of the video. We're doing one last look through before we decide to check out. I'm seeing if there's any Valentines that I missed. There was this marble or stone, some type of stone heart. It looked like a giant piece of soap to me. I decided to leave that there for somebody else. And I don't think I found anything else here. No. But there was another hobbyist piece, these little pink bunny rabbits. It was interesting how the person had decided to paint them with a marbled effect.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was
You
like,
could say,
there's a ton of them.
you could pretend you went on vacation. You went and here,
Yeah, all the time.
and you, I know you do. And then look, here are these flower fairies. These, oh, this is Boyd's. These are Boyd's and friends.
They're very sweet.
They're very sweet. These are the flower
like that one
fairies.
than that.
Yes. These are all Boyd's. All of these things. Look at, oh gosh, look at them all. Yes. Oh, look. Look at them.
Oh, they're sweet.
They're adorable. This is, I think, from Noah's Ark. Bell?
Don't mind it.
That doesn't work. You can't because it doesn't have a dinger.
It doesn't have a dingler. Well, then it doesn't have a bell.
That's like the maid will never come because there's a whole bunch of these. Look, here's another one.
No dingler. It's not.
That's cute. I think I should have picked that bunny rabbit up because on another trip to Goodwill, I found 3 other little bunnies. So that would have been cute for Easter, but I did leave that one there. I was looking at this piece. This was from 1995. If it was older, I probably would have picked it up. And here is some green Tupperware. I have a piece of that Tupperware from my mom. I keep my brown sugar in because she kept her brown sugar in it. So it always reminds me of her when I use it. And over here, these were just some snowmen spreaders. And then Jocelyn found this first, and then I looked at it, and the name of it is from Canada, and I have sold these before. I had, I think, a set of 3. This was just a single one, but they're switch plates that are made in Canada, if I am not mistaken. And then I spied these teeny weeny little baby sneakers. I thought those were so cute. And then underneath that, I didn't take the time to open that up, but I felt that was an attachment to something because of the little rings there. I wasn't quite sure. And then someone had used these as place settings to number the tables. I thought that was an interesting idea. They had painted numbers on them. And the very last thing that I picked up, I think is super duper cute, this little piggy. It cleaned up very nicely. I think this is from a school because it has initials and then it has W3, and it was probably someone's grade and the teacher's name. I think that's adorable. Jimmy was going through some old photos and he found a picture of our bug. This was the bug that we were talking about that looked like Kirby, that grabbed a lot of attention. And here I am. You can tell by my shoes. It's the late 90s, and we are going to a family event. And here you're going to get a kick out of this. For a brief time, I had blonde hair. We showed that to Jenny, and she was like, "What were you thinking?" And I said, "Well, you weren't there to tell me that's not a good idea." So I think I was a blonde. It kind of looks kind of orange there, maybe for about a month. But regardless, here I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing me and our Herbie the Love Bug. All right, now we're going to go to the next Goodwill. This was in the case, and I thought it was made in China because when I flipped it over on the bottom kind of had a smoky look to it. It wasn't. This is Murano. When I took the sticker off at home, the bottom is completely clear. I'm super excited about that piece. And then I was also excited to see this piece. It was made in South Africa. It was a mustard jar. It would have had 2 other pieces to go with it. I thought that was very sweet, and I thought it was really neat that it was made in South Africa. It has some crazing and age to it, and so I decided to put that in my cart. And I feel that this little trinket dish, it was a little snug to get it off, but it is a nice little trinket dish. I think this was probably made in India. And then I found an American Girl doll. This is a table, and if you can get the table with the accessory pieces, it's like fun and play table, I think. It sells for good money, but just the table by itself isn't really a high seller. And then I thought this was a really neat glass, but unfortunately it had a chip on the bottom right there. But isn't that neat? There was only just the one. And I thought this was a nice tray, but it did have Haiti marked on it, and because it was a souvenir piece very specific to Haiti, I did leave that there, even though I thought it was very nicely done. And here was another trinket box. This has some kind of discoloration on the top of it, on the wood, but you can see it was put together with tiny little nails on the bottom. Well, here's the top. But I thought that was very pretty. And I feel that has some age to it as well. So I took that and put that in my cart. And then the feel of these reminded me of the little Japanese teapots. If you hear any snoring, it's Indy. But they were just the cups. So I left that there. And then I put this in my cart for a little bit. But then I realized later that it has a chip on the rim. So I had it temporarily in my cart. And then here was another wooden box that it had stuff inside it. And I felt that was probably like tic-tac-toe box. Moving on to the red section. This was a night owl mug. These sell for about $15. And then here was another mug, Jittery Joe's Coffee. I don't know if that was a restaurant or it's just someone's mug that they were selling. I'm laughing because I hear Indy snoring in the background. Let's see what else we can find here. Oh, I thought this was interesting, this clear glass dish. I thought that was pretty. I couldn't find a maker's mark on it. I thought that was a nice little springtime dish. And in the same section of this plate, I found the teapot that matched the cups. So I decided to put the teapot in my cart and make my way back to the cups. But in the meantime, I found this Alpine Pottery, Roseville, Ohio pitcher, and I thought that would be adorable for summertime. Strawberry milk, blueberry milk, put your blueberries in there, put your water in there. So I had a theme going. The theme of the cart was browns. So then I made my way back to the cups. Unfortunately, the other one that I didn't really look at, it does now have a hairline crack. And I don't know if I missed it in the store or if it happened upon transportation, because these are really thin. But I thought it would still be nice if someone could use them as a display. Here was a Kleenex tissue box cover. I've made one of these before. I made one for my classroom. I had different sayings of bless you in different languages written all around it. So I thought that person did a nice job. And here we are checking out puzzles. I thought that was cute, that little polar bear taking a dip. And I'm seeing if there's any brand new in the packaging puzzles or any games that we could play at home. I made my way to the green section, and this slow cooker from JCPenney's had an etched glass lid. And I don't know if that was a marriage, like someone put that on there, or this originally came with an etched lid. I thought that was pretty fancy. I haven't seen that before. And then here are just some random Avon perfume bottles that don't have any boxes, and someone has grouped them all together. And then I am giving you a cart update, and when I gave the cart update, then I realized, there's the chip on the tiki glass, so I decided to put that back. And then in the Easter section, I found this piece, and looking it up, others say they're from Target, other ones were pink, other ones were purple, so I am not quite sure what this is. I am thinking that it is more contemporary, and maybe Target did make it. But I did find a listing that specifically said Target. So if that looks familiar to you, I would appreciate if you could tell me, yes, Target made that. It is not from the 50s. And this bear was in the Christmas section, but because there is a heart inside the ice cube, I thought it would be also cute for Valentine's Day. And it's not a high seller, but I thought it's cute, and someone else might think it's cute, and you could keep it up at Christmas all the way until February if you wanted to. And then I looked for this, and I found it. It was still hidden. I didn't hide it, but it was still kind of hidden where I'd put it back the other day. So I decided to take the Boston Terrier with me, and then I found this piece of Norby pottery. It has a little bit of crystalline glaze on it. It's a very nice little trinket dish. And then here were two other examples of the Sharon Schnitta that you can see right there. And these are from Lidditz, PA, which is a town that is in Lancaster County. And I thought those were beautifully done. And so I decided to take those with me. And that is everything I got at this trip to the Goodwill. Here are the two pieces. These have been washed many, many times, but there is some staining from previous use. And I will not be listing those yet until I can pack them up so I can get an accurate shipping quote for them, because they are fragile and glass and big. So here is everything else that I found on both trips to Goodwill. I hope you see something that you like. Everything will be listed over the next couple days. Thank you so much for watching this video and giving me a thumbs up and leaving a comment. I hope you are enjoying your day so far. And I'll see ya.